February was Friday, I beg your pardon, was February 14th, Valentine's Day. It was a very interesting year because Valentine's on a Friday, great weekend, I guess, for a lot of people. And the traffic in Lagos was quite insane. Well, I'm joined here now by Simi Sonia, who's an entrepreneur, and Riyad Abdul, a broadcast journalist. Let's talk about the cost of love. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Same here.
Where were you on Friday?
Where was I? I was home with my man.
Okay. I'm doing my way red here. Let me just say.
The red is in my heart.
Where were you on Friday?
I was home.
Okay.
Not with my man. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the country. But yes, I was surprised by him. That was good. I actually wasn't expecting anything, and then he came through. I'm like, oh, okay.
Let me start with that then. I mean, you spent Valentine's without him, and I know that for a lot of people, that day is such a big deal, right? You know, how dare you place walk over me? You know. Why are you not in town? How important are those things for people? Do the gifts matter more? Because it might be a love language, right? There are people who gifts, or it just symbolizes the fact that he remembers the day, he's acknowledging the fact that it's a day of love. What's most important on a day like that for you?
For me, honestly, was going to be his presence, but it wasn't something he could control. In that moment, he still came back by midnight, right? But he couldn't get a flight out earlier, which is fine. But then he was like, you know what, when I come back the day after, we'll celebrate. So I'd already taken my mind off surprise gifting. I'm like, you know what, when he comes, we'll celebrate. I was already moping around, like, sad day for me. But then he told me to go get brunch, and before I came back, there was a surprise. I'm like, okay, that's really cute. So for me, it's always his presence. I like to be around him, so it was good.
It's quite a mushy show. You had your, let's not ask for details of anything that happened on the day. But I want to talk about that now, going from what she said, you know, and when you go on social media, a lot of the discourse is, oh, don't buy your man boxers and singlets and all of that. So it almost feels like it's probably one of the most material-based holidays in the world today. Valentine's is about what did you get, what did you send, how expensive was the thing, you know, how thoughtful was it. It's almost always about material things. She said his presence would have mattered more. Most people don't agree with that. Most people want to see things gotten, and it has become so materialistic. You know, why is that? Why does material things have to symbolize love?
And for me, I'll say it's very sad, this generation that we find ourselves, because I don't understand why you show love by materialistic things. Trust me, I really feel sad for guys right now, because it's hard to find true love. You know, you're talking to a girl and the next thing is, what he can give me will make me know if he really loves me. Like she just said, nothing beats quality time. And I tell people something, there's a kind of love that money cannot buy. Even though people keep saying that, oh, you know, if you give me this, if you give me this, it means a lot to me. But like when we talk about real love, we talk about true love, like no amount of gifts will fit the person's presence just being there. You know, and it's just sad the way the whole generation has just turned Valentine. Oh, did you get a Gucci bag? Oh, did you get this? Did you get an LV bag? I'm like, that is really not it. Like, it's about love. It's about presence. It's about loyalty. Like,
she looks like she disagrees.
No, I know. Like, okay, those things are cool, but we should not dwell it on that. We should not dwell it on only materialistic things. We should dwell it on the presence you spent together. You know, the times you share together.
But to play devil's advocate, there are people who tell me, well, I spend every day with him, so something has to be different about today. What does it always? I mean, does that make sense? And does it have to be gifts that makes it different?
That's what I'm saying. My only problem with the way the generation has turned to the world that we find ourselves right now, it's more of materialistic things. I see people arguing on TikTok, what did they buy for you? Did you get this designer? Did you get this? Did you get that? Which should not be.
But,
you know.
But I have to say, right, when Ibuka said, oh, I see him every day, his presence, great. But the gifting, I feel like for some women or for some people, just proves to show that you put in extra thoughts and extra effort into showing me love and that you care about me. So now I think where I have a problem is when they decide how expensive it should be. It doesn't have to be millions of naira or millions. Do you understand? But like the thought, what does my girlfriend or my wife like in this moment? What would I do that will make her happy? It doesn't have to be a gift. It can be like a gesture. Take you out, a message. Dinner, it can be just something that you love. But I feel like
social media doesn't like gestures.
That's what I'm saying. That we're in a very
like gestures. They're like, okay, he cooks for me. He brought breakfast in bed. It's like it's not enough.
And that's why I'm saying that we're in a very, very confusing, you know, era. And I feel really bad for young girls growing up as well, because because, like she said, it should not be about the price. It should be about the thoughts. Let me use somebody like me, for example. I'm a broadcast journalist. By the end of the day, I want to get to CNN. You know, having my man just give me a gift telling me that, you know, one day this is where you're going to be. Like, that means the world to me. Like, I feel like there's nothing you can give me that money cannot buy that. So I'm not saying gifting is not good. It's good, but we should not base it on how much this particular person is giving you.
If your man wrote you a letter, would you be happy?
I will be. I would like it.
Because there are people who think it's a cute thing.
I
People
like
don't
it.
write letters anymore.
I like
a handwritten
it.
letter and says, okay, this is my
With a
Valentine's
gift.
to you.
With a gift?
I mean, wait, I feel like...
But that's something unusual that he's done on that day.
Yeah. The gifts can always come, but like on that special day, this is very thoughtful. Like, this is what I want to give you on this
very
day.
heartfelt,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, with a gift. See, I don't think we should enable mediocre.
Of course not.
No,
But
if
letter
just
writing is not
no,
mediocre.
Of course not. It's not mediocre.
If he has the ability, there's a difference between having the ability and not wanting to go the extra mile. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If you know your man has the ability to go the extra mile and he just gives you a note, I would be upset. But if I know that note, maybe his hand was paining him and he used a whole 3 days to write the note.
So if his hand is not broken, it's not...
No, I'm just saying it is not the extra. If he has the capacity, do you understand?
Yeah.
You know that your man can afford to go the extra mile and he doesn't. I would be
But don't
hurt.
you think the letter is an extra? Because people don't write letters again.
Maybe I
So
think
imagine like
maybe
a
because
whole
I personally, maybe I'm spoiled.
Oh,
I get notes every
Your
other
man is
day.
doing well, obviously. Flip side now, because we're talking a lot about social media. The one thing I see on social media is the constant narrative about the fact that women don't gift on Valentine's Day. It's almost become like Valentine's is a celebration of women. In fact, I even saw someone tweet on Valentine's Day, Happy Women's Day. Because it's almost like it's about you people. What did he get you? What did he get you? On the flip side, you constantly see this, don't buy your man singlet and pants. We have enough already. Why don't we see the narrative constantly about women gifting?
No, but I think women do give. You give your man something.
Yes,
right?
I beg to differ. Women do. Maybe
we do.
It's not
Where
just
is the narrative?
as publicized.
My cameraman is nodding behind.
He's really nodding. I don't think he got anything because he's really nodding. No, so it happens. It's not as much as, you know, we see men, which is, I think
And
we
you
need
guys
to
don't
change
get
that
any flack
narrative.
for it.
I gift my man.
I gift my man,
But I
actually.
think the narrative is because Saint Valentine's is a man. It was the one that started this whole thing.
No, but God
It's a celebration of love, not a celebration of women's love.
But
Don't
I'm
make
not
it about
supporting
the
my
man.
women here. Okay, you should gift
No,
your man,
women, I think they should do better.
But
And I think women are doing better now.
And
I think they
you were
are.
talking about thoughtful things. Women, when it comes to women gifting, it becomes thoughtful.
Yeah.
At least I care.
I see where you're going.
Women are very big on the gestures and the thoughtfulness and not the size and expenses on it. Why? I need to get to the end of this thing because, I mean...
No, okay.
Somehow, please don't judge.
I feel
Why
like
is
if
it
you
some?
judge, well, no, you know, people are different. People differ. And I feel like as a woman, honestly speaking, this era that we are, you cannot be buying boxers for your man. Honestly, if they give you boxers straight away,
But
like,
then
you can't be giving that.
Also, the way you're saying some men will tell you they don't believe in Valentine's. So now,
How?
But they will still get something, even if they are grudging.
Some of them don't too.
Some of them don't. May we never see that kind of man that doesn't believe in Valentine's.
Amen. But I'm just saying, don't judge the women too much. Be soft on us, eh? If please.
But women, let's do better.
Let's
Actually,
do better.
Let's do better.
I feel like breaking this camera.
He's so upset.
I think he didn't get anything.
Why can't we be
He's
soft?
really upset.
Why can't men be soft? Which one is women are soft? We say we want to be pampered.
Yeah, but I feel like you got pampered. I'm sure you did.
It's 2025, right? We've gone through feminism, we've gone through equality. A lot of us, whether you agree with feminism or not, understand that people need to be treated equally.
Yeah, I agree.
It comes up in, you know, when you're talking about wages, or women and men need to be paid the same. You know, treat men and women the same way. If you're going to offer a job, make it equitable. When it comes to love, it's no longer equity. That is the conversation I'm trying to have. It almost looks like you've now said the women are soft when it comes to love. But for pay, men have to... I'm trying to understand why that is different and why men can't get commensurate sort of attention and why it honestly feels like Valentine's Day is about women. The big question, but I just want to know your thoughts.
I should take it.
You should take this
okay,
one.
really, I don't really think that women are soft, actually.
Yeah.
I think that what a man can do, a woman can certainly do it better.
Definitely.
And I feel like with love, it's something equal. although they say a man should love a woman more than a woman loves a man, but I also feel like it should be equal. And also, I want us to change the narrative as women, and that's why I always highlight that as a woman, it's always good to have your own. You know, when you have your own, you're able to also gift your man properly, because what you don't have, you cannot give. If you don't have money, you cannot buy what maybe your man deserves. So, you know, these are things that I really love to speak about women even having their own. And I believe that a woman, you start... You know, women, we are strong. We are not soft. We are strong.
Wait,
so, you know.
The context, okay, the context in which I use, all right? I meant in that moment, right, that, you know, you should go easy on us, right? But and I also, agree with her. I personally gifted my man. I enjoy gifting my man. I
learn from them.
Because these men, they have emotions. And I think I'm here for the men. Because men have emotions as well. You know, they have a lot of emotions.
We like gifts.
And we even think we are soft. These men, some of them cry. So I'm for the men. Power to the men.
I totally agree with her. And yes, we will do better.
Like I said, just learn from them. They gifted their men. On a final note, now, let me start with you now. Because she mentioned social media earlier. And I just want to get your thoughts on it, on the fact that social media is we can't take it away anymore. It's a huge part of our lives now. And like she said, it's influenced the culture of dating, of relationships, of marriages. You know, there's constant talk about everything is so transactional now. Do you think it's here to stay? You know, this idea of how transactional relationships are, how materialistic relationships are. Is it something we're going to have to live with? Is there a way to switch this narrative, you think?
I don't think it's something we should have to live with. I personally do not subscribe to the school of thought where relationships should be transactional. For me, it should first of all be built on the emotions you share if you feel like you're for each other. Now, if in the course of the relationship, you guys decide to do things for each other, that is great, right? But then having to do something to get something, I don't subscribe to that school of thought. I don't even advise people to engage, because what if the means to that transaction is taken away? Do you now step out of love or step out of the relationship? That should not be the basis. And if social media is fueling that, I would love to see more people change the narrative. Because, and also, if you're living your life based off of social media, it is what they want you to see. It is not real life. We really need to go outside and touch grass. Go outside of social media and actually see that this is what they want you to see. It is not real life. It is not what should be. And I agree, it has shaped our culture. It's doing so much good, social media, but you should learn to filter out what you don't want in your life. So because somebody else is pushing the narrative of, if he doesn't do this for me, I'm not going to do it. If she doesn't do this for me, you understand? But stand alone, be able to step out of the whole chaos and see what do you want for yourself, what works for you.
How do we change it?
And just to add something to it, and I'm happy that we're on this platform, I think it's high time, and I love that our women are doing it now. It's high time that women understand that you need to have your own. Because I feel like people get into bad relationships because you are tied to a relationship because of what you're getting from the relationship, not because you really want to be there. So if we can start with the narrative that women have their own money. So when you have your own money, it's easy for you to walk away from something that you don't like. And I feel that also social media tries to fuel this, because you see things on social media, and that's why I'm speaking to a lot of young girls that will get into relationships, that will get married. Like, you cannot live your life based on somebody taking care of you, somebody bankrolling you for the rest of your life. It's not possible. So as women, which women we're doing now, we should gather together. We are strong, we're powerful. We should gather together, get your own, so that when it's time for you to walk out of something, you are not tied there because you cannot eat. If with or without the man, you will survive. And I think that that's the era we're getting into. And power to my women, because we're doing it, we're killing it. We have different jobs. Like, she's an entrepreneur, I own a production house, I'm an MC, like I came all the way from Ghana. You know, we're trying to make it. You know, we're not going to be tied to anything that we don't want to be.
Add to what she said, right? If you have a good person doing something great for you, go at it. But also, yes, have your own business. I have my own business. It's going well. I mean, that way you both can actually enjoy the relationship well.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, girls. And shout out to my wife for being the queen of love languages. She really understands me. And she definitely is the exception.
I'm
sorry for putting you on the hot seat. I was just
it's okay.
Thanks a lot for joining us here today.
Thank you so much
we'll take a break now. We'll be right back.